How's everybody doing out there? My name is Allison. Thank you for visiting my website and watching my videos. Okay, today we're going to talk about color selection. You know, we ask ourselves all the time, what color do we need to throw? What color do we need to throw? And really, you know, we need to base it off of water clarity. That's the most important thing is selecting the right color, because we got to be able to present the proper bait to the fish. Now, we have three different types of clarity, and that's clear, dingy, and then we have our muddy water. Now, when we have our clear water, what we want to think about with clear water is we need to present more of a natural colored bait to the fish. And the reason that we want to do this is because the fish have a lot longer time to be able to see these baits. They have a lot longer time to see our presentation. So we want to be able to make it as natural looking as possible so we can trigger the most amount of strikes. Now, I have a few examples here, and the first couple examples that I have are two crankbaits. One is by X Factors, and the other is by Strike King. And they're just your sexy shad color. Great colors for clear water. This right here is a smaller shad colored crankbait. Now, when we get into our skirts and when we're talking about our spinner baits, our jigs, buzz baits, we want to throw this is where we want to throw white skirts, and with our spinner baits we want to throw nickel colored blades. Here is a culprit spinner bait with just a white skirt, and we have a nickel colored blades here. Great spinner bait for clear water. Great baits for clear water. Now onto our plastics. I have two different colors here, and I have a 7-inch Fat Max, and this is a pumpkin seed color made by Culprit. This is a great bait for clear water. It's a real natural looking bait. And then this is my #1 color for clear water when it comes to my plastics, and this is a Culprit 10-inch red shad. This is the #1 color that I throw in clear water. A lot of great fish. I've caught a lot of great fish on it. Now, when we start to get that slight discoloration in what we call dingy water, this is when we're going to start using we're going to move more into our chartreuse colors. We're going to move into purples. You can start using your black colored baits as well. Now, here are the examples I have. This again is another Strike King. And this is a purple. You see just got a purple top on it, a little bit of purple specks on a white background. This is a great bait for dingy water. Right here we have just a solid chartreuse with a little bit of black or gray stripes. And this is by X Factor. And then my go-to crankbait color, I have this in rattle traps. I have many of these colors, and this is my tomato colored crankbait made by X Factor. Just a great bait for dingy water. That's my go-to bait. And then here we have a chartreuse skirt with a chartreuse head, a little bit of red on the head for chatterbait. Once again, great color for dingy water. Now, something I wanted to talk about when we get into our spinner baits, when we start getting into our dingy water and our muddy water, stained water, when we're selecting our spinner baits, one thing that we want to take into consideration with these blades is this is when you want to start using your hammered blades and your painted blades. As you can see here, this is just two hammered blades on here. Great selection for dingy water. Now onto our plastics. Once again, kind of staying with the same color here. This is once again my go-to color when it comes to my 10-inch worms, and this is a Culprit tomato colored 10-inch worm. Great worm for dingy water. Just an outstanding color. Great presentation. Catch a lot of fish on it. Now with my finesse fishing, I go to a new color and actually a new worm by Culprit, and it's the T-Rex. And this is their candy corn color. Great color for dingy water. Very good color. Good presentation. Now when we get into our real dark muddy water, our stained water, now we want to start using something that's going to present a great silhouette, a big silhouette. We want something that's going to displace a lot of water. Now this is when we start getting into our real dark colors, because our dark colors are going to displace more water. And I'm talking about our browns, I'm talking about our black colored baits, and you know, obviously chartreuse. Now I have three crankbaits here painted by X Factor, and here we just have basically your black with a little bit of faded gold on the bottom for the belly here. Great color for dark water, muddy water. Now also I have here is a brown with a little bit of an orange belly on it. Once again, another great color for dark muddy water. Now, my go-to color crankbait for this water clarity is this purple with a little bit of a chartreuse belly. This right here, I've caught tons of fish on this in muddy water. This is, if I know I'm going to be in muddy water, this is tied on. I have this in the boat. Great crankbait, great color. Now, with our spinner baits here, I have a black blade, or excuse me, I have a black skirt here, and this is a spinner bait made by Booyah. And I have, once again, hammered blades. Now, if you'll notice the difference that I have here as opposed to with our clear water, okay, you can see the different color blades. When we start getting into our darker waters, when we start getting into our muddy water, you want to go with your bronze colored blades. You're gonna be able to trigger more strikes when you start using that type of blade, that color blade. Now with our plastics, like I said, we want to use our dark color plastic, something that displaces a lot of water. Here we have a culprit, just a black with a chartreuse tail. Great color, caught lots of fish on it. Great worm here. Then we also have our black and blue fleck 10-inch worm. Once again, just a great color, great presentation, displaces tons of water. Very good bait. Now also with water clarity, there's something else that we also want to think about, and what's above us? How's the sky look? And it's almost the same context as when we're trying to figure out with water clarity. If you have clear blue skies, you want to throw natural baits. You want to throw those natural color baits, your white skirts, your shad colors, and things like that. Now, if we got a little bit of overcast and it's starting to get gloomy, it's dark out there now, you want to start throwing that bait that's going to create that silhouette. Keep in mind, the fish are going to be looking up at the bait, and you want to create a very big silhouette for them to be able to find that bait. You want to be able to create that silhouette. And also, when we get in dark water, you also want to think about throwing your rattling baits. You want to put some rattles on your jigs and things like that. So, to wrap it up here, 3 different types of water clarity we have. We have clear, we have dingy, then we have our stained and muddy water. Throw your natural baits in your clear water, because that fish is going to get a lot more time to look at your bait. You want to make it look as natural as possible. And your dingy water, you want to start throwing your chartreuses, your purples, and your hammered blades and your painted blades on your spinner baits. In your muddy water, you want to start throwing your real dark colors, your blacks, your purples, your browns, and your chartreuses as well. And also keep in mind you want to throw your bronze colored blades, hammered and painted blades there. Once again, name's Bill Allison. Thank you for visiting my website. Continue to check back for more videos.